not in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Hey, we are live, but
Ooh.
thanks for everybody for joining us. But we're not officially live yet. We're gonna share and care and all that stuff. Hold on, I got tobacco products in the background. I don't know if that's kosher. I don't know if can you still say kosher? Anyway, hi, Sage. You have ears.
I do have ears. I'm adorable.
You look like you're wearing a Final Fantasy glamour right now.
I was trying to go for the opposite of what Party Girl was last week. This is a week later. I'm just.
I know you had your nice like gown, not gown. What do they call those? Like a
party dress.
Like a party dress. Yeah, with the straps in the back.
Yeah. Now I'm like getting comfy. I'm a little bear. Yeah. If you want to get technical, it's a llama costume.
It's a llama costume. You probably still have their pajamas. You probably still have that on like under like 3 other layers. So you have like the dress still, and then the shirt, and then the just in case.
Yeah, I never got out of the party outfit. I just stayed party all day long, all week, all 7 days.
Straight just weekend at Bernie's and
I mean, at New Year's that dress did come back out, except I wasn't the one wearing it. Other people were wearing it.
Oh, say no more.
There was like party swap or party class swap, clothing swapping happened, but like someone like they wanted to swap with me, but the clothes I was wearing was going to be too small for everybody, so I grabbed that party dress that I wore because it's a little bit more stretchable, and I think 4 different people, including one guy minimum, wore it.
Yeah, that sounds good. That was my guess right there. It was like how many dudes were wearing that? Because like when you pause right there, I was like, so it's like, okay, so at least one dude wore it. Like I know it.
A different guy wore one of my corsets.
Nice. I mean, but it's a corset though. I mean,
it's true.
Those are curious anyway.
It was it was a white lacy one too. So I was like, I didn't even think that fit you.
A genuine Southern belle in your white corset.
Can't have everything be gothic and black all the time. Need some opposites in my life. I'd say color, but white's definitely not color.
Yeah, it's got to pop. I'm watching us right now on our Facebook, which you guys can watch us on as well too, while I'm doing this. So while I'm linking the thing to our Facebook, I'm watching it. And I'm muting it because I can hear myself on our Facebook. Links incoming, ladies and gentlemen. But what all stuff do you link it to, Sage Bell?
I usually just grab the Twitch because it like autofills for me.
Gotcha.
Oops. And sometimes it just does jack all because it doesn't want it. There we go. And make sure I mute our page. Oh, it's already muted. Excellent. I can mod our page now.
This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff, guys. This is why you're here. So you can see this.
Hi, Azurius. How you doing this lovely new year?
So far, don't jinx it.
Oh man, no. My new year started off let's see. My period started on the 1st, and then on the 2nd, a rash appeared on my back.
I'm sorry, Sage, I don't mean to laugh there.
No, I think it's hilarious. Like it just, I was fine. Like you would think the rash would appear the day after you wear
just
something
both at the same time, just like hello.
Yeah, no. It was just one day, and then the next day, and then today. I don't know. I didn't know what I could eat in the fridge except for the cheese, so I ate like primarily cheese today. I don't think that's as bad.
Actually, you know what? I'm from the Midwest. Cheese is a meal on its own, so I can't shame you there.
It was cheese. It was cheese leftover is a meal. Christmas cheese.
Even better. I grew up within geographical convenience of Wisconsin, so there definitely is Christmas cheese, and there's cheesecake, but it's like not like cheesecake. It's like just regular like melted cheese inside of like it's really good, but it's a heart attack, but it's really good. So yeah, I guess we can get this party started. I'm still posting stuff, but you
can keep posting stuff. I'll just talk about our sponsor, Voodoo Ranger.
Yes,
they
please.
make IPAs. The B Corp certified. I can't speak words. I'm actually drinking one of their summer beers. It's by New Belgium, and it's called Summer Bliss, and it's a tropical wheat beer, and it's like 5.5%, so it's really easy to drink. It's supposedly expired in September, so hopefully I'm going to be okay. But it is my last case of sponsored beer that I hadn't gone through.
Sponsored beer. Sponsored beer just tastes different, you know?
Yeah, it tastes like freedom.
It does. It tastes like capitalism. I love it.
Mm. Man. So I was in Portland, as y'all remember, and while being in Portland, we hosted a we had a party, and there was beer pong, and I really like to cheat at beer pong.
Wait, so everybody knows you cheat at beer pong, but you still cheat at beer pong?
Well, I don't cheat if I'm like tied. If I'm very far behind, if the ball bounces back to me, like if I throw it, it bounces and comes back to me, I'll throw it again and make it.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's cheating because you're only supposed to throw it twice. But I'll get a third throw in if I'm like behind. If we're neck and neck, I won't do it that event. So like I'm reasonable cheating, I guess.
Okay. Cheating within accepted parameters. Cheating.
And my third game, so I didn't win a single round, but I got 1-1 in every single match. As in, we were down to the last cup, and they won. So my first game took me forever to catch up, and it was actually against our Stots, our hot Riku girl.
I owe Stadia like 6 games from the
You
from the Steam
totally do.
page. I do.
So Stotts was getting annoyed with me for not making the cups. And so he just started throwing the balls at me. So he started grabbing more balls and like 4 ping pong balls at one time. Just going at it. And then I went against another person, and it took us like a half hour to like get the last ball in. So, or like the last cup. And then when I went against the third person, he was far more wasted than everybody else. And his back was turned, and I like walked right up and just put the like he had 2 cups left, and I put one of the 2 balls in his cup and walked back and just
Yeah.
waited to throw the second ball.
Wow. Blatant.
I'm very bold.
Blatant, man. And like and that was it. That was that. Nobody said nothing. Like, don't tell me you like totally like ninja that, right? And you got away with it.
I mean, I totally got away with it because
Wow.
everyone saw and they were just laughing. They're like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine." I still lost.
You know, like, 'cause cheaters never prosper.
You know what?
Remember all the old folks used to say that?
I also had to do. I didn't have to do, but I definitely did things. Jaeger shots, drop shots, Jaeger bombs. I've not touched Jaeger in 5 years. 6 years? 6 years. I've not touched Jaeger in 6 years since I was in Europe because of Jaeger.
First and last time I really killed some Jaeger was this is gonna date me. When the original Spawn series came out, the animated series, I was living in Huntsville, Alabama, and I was staying with my cousins, and we were gonna get wasted and stay up till midnight when it came on and watched it. And I remember being hype, and my cousin brought some Jaeger over, and I never had it before. And I took like 3 shots, and next thing I know, I woke up. I was on the kitchen floor. I was laying in a puddle of my own just stuff, bodily humors. And then my cousins were like, "Oh, you're awake." And I'm like, "What happened? Are we gonna watch Spawn?" He's like, "Dude, Spawn ended like an hour ago, man. Like, you like, I don't know what happened to you, but you like passed out." And I totally missed it. I totally missed the first episode because Jaeger.
Oh man. I think 3 people, well, 2 people passed out and at least 2 people puked.
Yeah, that sounds like Jaeger.
One person passed out
and puked.
Well, yeah, he puked and then passed out in the bathroom with the door locked.
Cause Jaeger. Oh, with the door locked.
I mean, it wasn't even Jaeger. There was jungle juice there too.
Oh, sounds like good times. You guys play anything? This is Seattle's #1 independent blah 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 video game podcast, where your argument is Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
And Jägermeister and party dress. Party dress. That sounds like a safe word, doesn't it?
Party dress. I did actually play a new game this week.
What you got? What you play?
Let me look because it's not installed on my computer, but I can look at what's recently played. Boop. Escape Simulator.
Escape Simulator.
Yeah. So
You
you
gotta,
and 8 of your
yep.
closest friends. Or would you like a something
Yeah.
link?
Yes, please. I'll have London
Uh,
throw it up.
did you?
So Escape Simulator can you use VR on it? Is my next question.
Maybe.
VR would be awesome.
Because I mean, it is first person. I'm not positive that. Oh, that is the wrong.
You know what's silly is VR is fun but for not the reasons that you would think. Some of it's obvious, like yes, like simulators and stuff like that. You'd think would be cool, right? But
Mhm.
VR, the most fun parts of VR is the stuff that you're not supposed to do in VR. Like for instance, you're playing like a shooting game with your friends, and you can just like see each other. You end up just running up to each other and just like flailing your arms at each other and like slapping each other virtually. Like that ends up being more fun than like shooting each other could ever be.
Oh, I totally played Beat Saber.
Oh, did you? Tell me what you think
Yeah.
about that because my son played that a lot over the break. What did you think about that?
Oh, I've played it before. I did it a different New Year's,
Okay.
really stoned. Um, different experience than this time around because I was still
Mm.
sober. Um, so I did the KDA song because I knew that one, and that was like, all right, it's a fast speed. I can do it like higher difficulty because I already know the beat. And then they had Crab Rave.
Crab Rave.
Do you know Crab Rave?
No, I'm a
Dun
boomer.
dun 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 dun
I
dun
probably
dun
know it
dun.
if I heard it, but if you ask me to know the song, then no.
It is hard as hell on normal difficulty.
What'd you play it on? What headset did you use?
They had the Steam version.
Okay, so the Index or the Vive.
I think it's the Vive.
Okay,
Um,
the Vive's like the
and
poofy one where it's like rounded on the edges.
yeah,
Okay.
and they had just gotten a special cable for their setup so that the wire stays up and behind you instead of like
Yes.
dragging on the ground.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Nice.
Mhm,
Yeah, VR works out the best when you have like an actual space for it, and you can just goof around with it.
mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they have a good setup for it. Speaking of Hot Riku Girl, he was hospice stats at one point, which is when they're just PTFO'd on the bed. He passed out on someone else's bed, even though it's his house.
Nice.
I was down for 2 hours. He was. Were you even awake during midnight when we counted it down?
How is everybody's midnight? Like what's midnight like these days? I'll tell you something. My kids and I we watched a countdown on YouTube where it was just like different clocks and like yeah, we watched a YouTube countdown. Like that's how much the game's changed.
I think those are the two new things I played. I did still play some DBD, and I played the Pokemon Unite. Yeah.
Sounds like we're both in that rut. That a beautiful rut though. You know, we're like, we come back every week and we end up playing like the same things because we like our games, dang it, and we're just gonna keep playing them, dang it. So
I
yeah,
played IRL beer pong. Come on.
that is true. Yeah, yeah, you were playing IRL. Yeah. So where can everybody find you before we get into it? And if everybody thinks we're vamping, it's because we are, because it's just the two of us and we kind of have a short show. So this is padding, so don't worry about it. I hope you're enjoying our padding.
I'm Sage Bell. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Sage Bell, and on Instagram and Facebook, I believe it's Sage Bell _model, including TikTok, which I'm not really active on, but I have it. I will not be streaming this month. I'm pretty sure just because I'm getting ready to move. Doesn't look like it. I'm just made of chaos still.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I'm getting a tooth extraction. Like all my wisdom teeth are coming out this week, so I'm just not doing anything yet.
Wait, so you're moving, you're looking for a place, and you're gonna have your wisdom teeth pulled.
Wisdom teeth are this week. Place will be at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, are they gonna put you under?
Yeah, they have
to. Okay.
It's 4 teeth.
Yeah, I had to do that too. It wasn't pleasant afterwards, and it wasn't because the pain. The pain wasn't. I was never in really. It was inconvenient, but I never was in any pain. It took me like a day to get over being put out.
The drugs.
Yeah. I was just like, duh, like for like a day. And I remember it was on
take pictures of myself.
It was on a Monday, and that night was like the NCAA college basketball championship game. And I remember laying down in my room, like trying to watch it, and it was just chaos. So yeah, so make sure you have the next day where you can recover and stuff.
I'm going in at 8 a.m. on a Thursday.
Okay, so take that Friday off because you still might need it. Yeah.
I have Thursday, Friday off this week, just to be safe. I have a low pain tolerance as well, so I knew I was going to need it.
Yeah, and like I said, the pain isn't actually that bad. And I guess I don't even think I felt any because it was just more like having the gauze in there and like,
spit cup.
Yeah, yeah, and you're like you're happy for it, like, oh, this is cool. But yeah, but I was just like, like in cartoons when people get hit with the big giant mallet and they're just out of it. Like that was me. Yeah.
Oh, have you ever seen Cool World?
Yes, but I saw it when it first came out, so don't ask me any details.
I was like, did you see it in theaters?
No, I saw a bootleg of it like 3 weeks
Technically,
after
it's
it came out.
PG-13. They didn't make it rated R.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing, and here's the thing people don't know. PG-13 is R. Like what they show in PG-13 movies is pretty much what they used to show in R movies, like in the 70s and maybe not the 70s. 70s got kind of twisted, but like the 80s and 90s, a PG-13 was like really like what an R movie had been up to that point. So now the R movies are like where they can like curse and like show penises and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, and people getting like decapitated, but they'll still show decapitation in a PG-13 though too.
Yeah.
So yeah. What is it? All the Marvel movies, all in phase 2, somebody got their arm chopped off in every single movie. So yeah. I'm gonna take it here. This lovely face is the Saverings ... You can find me on on the Steam group and stuff. You can find me here on the podcast, to be honest with you. Please join our Steam group. As we hit milestones, we give away free games. Ask Hot Rico Girl. He's swimming in games I've just been tossing at him lately because it's not like I owe him like 6 games or anything. I'll just cut to the chase. I'm hosting this week, that's why it's a little laid back, and also why I got 3 more on the way at least. Yeah, 3 before that there. And it's a little bit more laid back today. It's a light show. I've just been playing surprise, Final Fantasy, and just been just running errands in that game and just doing the dailies and just running around and exploring and farming stuff because it's still fun in that game and it has a point to it. Just been enjoying that. And shocking, when I wasn't playing that, I was playing Stellaris. Shocking. Robots are still broken and overpowered in that game. If you're ever curious about that game and you want to pick it up, make sure that you own the Synthetic Dawn. Actually, you know what? If you buy that game, it's just like the bare bones game. Buy Synthetic Dawn so you can be robots and then just play it because that's the best thing. Yeah, that's the best thing to start the game off with, to kind of wrap your head around it, because not only are they like very straightforward, but they're also very overpowered. So if you don't know what you're doing, you won't probably get obliterated your first couple times out. Like by default, you'll be doing well enough for, so you'll be doing. Just don't pick one that's aggressive. So don't be like a driven simulator like the Borg, or don't be what's the other one? I forgot, but basically the Decepticons, like don't be those guys. But if you're like neutral or nice robot, then you should be okay in that game. But that's about it. So on to our topics, I guess. Oh, yeah. And do check us out on all our socials. Did we even get to that part yet?
Did we? I think we might have just avoided it.
Oh my gosh, we're like 18 minutes in. Actually 13 minutes. We started 5 minutes late. Hit us up on every place that you would find a podcast. That'd be Saltier Podcast at iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, whatever the YouTube podcast one is called now. Spotify, yeah, all the usual places. Search for Saltier, and if it's about video games, it's us. Because sometimes you do come up with like random other Saltier things. Have you noticed that? But if you search for it and it's about video games, that's us. And hit us up on all the social medias. Pretty much salt_tier at most places, except for it's like what salt at Saltier Pod on Twitter. Is that correct?
Oh man, is it?
Yeah. So basically, whatever platform you're on, search for Saltier, and if it's about video games, that's us.
You're right. It's salt_tier pod on Twitter.
Wow, it only took me like 4 years to remember that.
I still don't remember it.
There you go. That's usually Loudon Brown's job. Peace out to Loudon Brown. He's doing the Lord's work, and he's so we can live vicariously. Yeah, while we're sitting here in like actual snow in Seattle.
Yeah.
Let's get right here to the first bit of business here. So these are in no particular order. This one I just thought I'd get out the way because we've been losing a lot of people lately.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is no different, especially if you're into video games at all. This is kind of a plain Jane looking one. I probably could have got one with a picture, but basically, John Madden. Hang on, we'll just look it up. Hey, what? Why'd I go right back to this thing? So John Madden, for those that aren't familiar, you probably recognize this face.
Mm.
Longtime broadcaster. You don't recognize this guy at all?
I mean, maybe if I think really hard about it, but not really.
Do you ever go to people's house and they're watching football, like on a Sunday or something like that? You probably have you ever watched a Super Bowl? You probably seen this dude's face, or his voice. If you don't recognize his face, then you've heard his voice.
Oh, I
But
probably know his voice. Yeah.
yes, most definitely. He passed away this week, quite unexpectedly. Here's his Wikipedia page here. But basically, this guy could have been Hall of Fame for 3 different things in football. For instance, he was the coach of the Raiders back in like I want to say like the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s. And the Raiders have not won a Super Bowl since that dude's been the coach, but you would think that they had, right? Because that team was so good and so influential that they're part of the main reasons that the Raiders still have cachet to this day, like why they're still like a best-selling team as far as merchandise to this day. 40, 50 years removed from winning a Super Bowl, for like, I don't know, 40 years. At this point, 35 years. Yeah. Something like that. But so he was already a Hall of Fame coach. He coached for 12 years, 10 years, and never had a losing season. And his teams went to the playoffs every single year and won a Super Bowl in there. And then most people my age, maybe if you're like 30 and up, 25 and up, you would know this guy as pretty much the voice of NFL football. He did that for since I was a kid. When I was a little kid, he just used to do commercials before he did broadcasting and stuff like that. And then basically almost anyone who's familiar with video games or pop culture in general knows his name from the Madden NFL football games from EA. So Duke could go out into the Hall of Fame for any one of those 3 things, as far as having an influence on football and an influence on pop culture in general. If you watch sports broadcasts or any kind of broadcast where they have they can write on the screen and stuff like that, and they'll draw and illustrate things as they're speaking. He's the guy that popularized that. That technology was a teleprompter, not the teleprompter. That's what you read the words off of. But the technology for that existed, and people did do it. But he popularized it, drawing up and writing up plays, over the football broadcast and stuff like that. It brought a lot of people into football because he was really good at explaining complexities of football and humanizing it and making it in a way that anybody could understand it. If you just sat there and just listened to him for 4 or 5 minutes, he'd break down the whole game for you, which was cool because I remember a lot of games, watching a lot of his games growing up. It was a very mixed audience. Like there'd be ladies there, kids there, my dad and his friends, older people than that, and all of us were super into the game, and he was a part of that. It wasn't just the sport of it; it was also his commentary. So yeah, he passed away this week. Big influence in pop culture, big influence in video games in general. Madden is still one of the premier franchises, even though it's gone to crap in like the last 15 years or so. But yeah, thought I would shout that out. And I guess as we're losing people this week, when I just put that at the top of the show, not video game related, we lost Betty White. Thought I'd throw that out there too.
We definitely took a shot for Betty White.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, take a shot. Take a shot for both of them. Clink. Legends, both of them. And that's not a word I throw out lightly, but they were. So yeah, John Madden passed away. Condolences to his friends and family, everyone that knew him. I grew up with the guy. I knew him from when I was little guy. He was like in Miller Lite commercials, Bud Light commercials. I can't remember. And then he kind of transitioned over, and I knew he was a coach, and he kind of transitioned over into broadcasting right around the time I started paying attention to football. So right around I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. Always there. So it was weird when he's been retired for this many years, but yeah. Next up, we have this. It's not really a news story, but it's something that jumped out to me because we have dogpiled on this thing here on the channel in the past. Samsung's gaming hub on their TV. And by the way, I picked up I got a new TV over the break. I got an OLED, and it's way more appy. It kind of looks like this.
Hmm.
Um, but Samsung the Gaming Hub adds Google Stadia and Nvidia Geforce Now, so you can stream your game straight through those services straight to your TV. I just pointed this out because Stadia. How long has it
Is
been
that?
since?
I was like, Stadia's around.
Yeah, like when's the last time we talked about Stadia? Like a year ago, right? At least a year ago.
I
Yeah,
feel like longer. I feel
yeah.
like last time we talked about Stadia was pre-COVID.
You know what? You might be. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I think after a while we stopped dunking on it because it was like it's just gonna just go away.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I found this and I was just like, okay, you're gonna add Stadia. How long is that app gonna be on there? And Nvidia GeForce Now. That that's such a weird service because that service always existed and people used it, but only people that knew about it. They didn't like go around advertising it. They did a little bit, but not like mainstream. And then this,
Underground.
yeah, and then the second like X Cloud started making noise. That's Microsoft's, and the second Stadia and other places started doing it. Then like when heat was on it, all the publishers and the developers suddenly didn't want their games on there anymore, which is silly because the whole point of the service is to stream your game from your PC to another device. You
Yeah.
own the game. All right. So it's like, why all of a sudden are they all skittish and they want to? It's because they're not getting paid from it. So Nvidia is getting it for free while they're making Google and these guys sign deals. So that's why they did it.
Hmm.
So it's just all goofy. I just thought that was weird. And Samsung is probably like the one of the most mainstream of mainstream electronics brands. So to see them put it on here, like I'm wondering like what kind of deal got struck. Did Google try to like stiff arm them like you're gonna give us these rates for Stadia with Samsung? It was like no we're not. We could not even put your app on here. Like it's not a big deal. Like how did that go back and forth? Like did Google just give it up? You know what I'm saying? Like how is it really behind the scenes over there? Did they try to like be tough about it or did they just like cut some deal? Same thing with Nvidia. I know why Nvidia is doing it. Nvidia is going to cash out here pretty soon because they're getting painted into a corner by AMD and they want to monetize everything that they have. So this will make sense for them to put it on there. But yeah, and any thoughts, feelings with these two services coming on this TV sway you toward a Samsung TV?
No.
No, but they sway you toward a anything.
I mean, eh. I feel like I'm not like I don't even technically have a TV.
So you got your monitors, you watch everything on there, and your phone.
Basically, I mean, we'll see. I I have to get like something for I do have a TV, but I'm gonna have to get like a thing to attach to it, like a Roku or a Chromecast or
Yeah,
a like one of those. So
yeah.
or buy a new TV, but I think it'll be cheaper to get like a, a little USB thing. I need to see if my TV has a USB hub.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. It should. I think any TV can like last like what 10 years or so should have one. Probably before that.
yeah, I'll have to find out.
Yeah. Let's see what's up with that. So I just thought that was interesting. Like, okay, Google Stadia. I guess you're still alive. Um, this next story. I believe last week we talked about Ubisoft trying to put the NFTs in the games, and they pretty much got laughed right off the internet. They had to pull the
Yeah.
video down. It was this whole thing, and we were talking about NFTs again. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. It's basically code on the blockchain, which is just okay. There's little data points, right, and they connect to each other, like chains and like links in a chain. And
Mhm.
each one of those links in a chain can be verified. Like you can count them, you can mark them, you can do whatever to them. But the fourth chain is the fourth chain. It's not the same chain as like the sixth chain or the 30th chain because it's the fourth chain, and you can verify it that way. So basically, you can attach that to something else of value, a picture, a music file, or whatever. And when it's attached to that, it can be verified that it's one of one, which makes the thing worth something. It's FOMO currency. It's how much do you want for the thing that's one of one. It's stupid. I know. It sounds like a really lame Batman villain's plot or something like that, but that's what it is. So they want to introduce this into video games, giving your items that you buy with microtransactions actual value because that's yours. So say you're like a famous Twitch streamer, or say you're like an esports athlete, and you buy a hat for your character, and after tournament you can trade the hat, and you put that hat up for sale or you auction it off, and because everybody can verify that that was once your digital hat, that makes it worth money. So that's kind of what's going on with that. So they're trying to put that into games. And I say all that to say this, that these companies just don't learn, and they're just going to just push ahead anyway, because they're going to make their money on some levels. But at what cost, though? So this came out on New Year's Day. This is a letter from the president of Square Enix. And yes, we've been talking about Square Enix on here a lot because Final Fantasy 14 was a smash hit, runaway success, even though it's like 10 or 11 years old at this point, last year. And they've been doing everything right by the players and by their paying customers. But Square Enix is a very fickle company. This is also the same company that released that awful Avengers game. This is also the same company that, a lot of stuff, for being honest. So basically in this letter, they're talking about exciting new ways and NFTs or non-fungible tokens. How are we going to put this in our games? And there's all this other corporate speak. In the AI space, nobody wants to. Yeah, they make Final Fantasy, and they make Hitman, and they make Tomb Raider, and they make Dragon Quest. If you haven't played the Dragon Quest games, they're awesome. There's actually a little mini review for Dragon Quest 11 on our YouTube channel. Yeah, so this went over as well as you would expect. It went over just about as well as the Ubisoft one did. And Square Enix president knows people who play to have fun dislike NFTs, but he wants them anyway.
Yeah, one of those statements says, "I realize that some people who play to have fun and who currently form the majority of the players have voiced their reservations towards these new trends, and understandably so."
I'm finding it right here. Yeah. So, you know what? I can't say what's going to come of this. I do know that NFT and blockchain stuff has been blocked on certain platforms, such as Steam. It's illegal in China, so it's going to be nothing over there. So we'll just see where they go with this. This could be a huge nothing burger, or this could be like some weird goofy bubble that affects other stuff, because everything affects something in this world. So let's see what happens through this. Or will people just take a bath on this? Will you be hearing stories about, you hear stories about people that like lost their fortune in the in 2008 or during like the Wall Street collapse in like the 20s or 30s or whatever. Are people going to be like investing everything in NFTs, and then like it just gets overturned at some point, and then just you're going to be seeing bums on the street? I used to own 100 NFTs. So just be out there. Yeah, Steve.
I'm personally enjoying that in our comment section on our YouTube chat, we're just getting spam.
Nice.
Your dreams online.
Perfect.
For red.
That's called engagement.
Heck yeah, it is. Look at that.
That's
bot engagement that I can't block because it's YouTube.
Yep. So yeah, we're about the halfway point. We've strung it out this long.
Hey.
Your hat kind of reminds me of Finn.
Oh, yeah, now that I've added the robe and broke it up, I have now become Finn without pink hair, white hair, blonde hair. I don't know what color he is.
Yeah, he's got blonde hair. So,
what are colors?
Adventure Time. I need to probably go back and finish watching those. This is the Saltier Podcast, Seattle's premier. I'm going to say it, premier video game podcast, where your argument is
invalid.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. This is the break. Thank you for Voodoo Ranger for sponsoring us. Voodoo Ranger beers and IPAs. IPAs are beers. I know. I understand. I said that. But they are great company, employee owned, B Corp certified. They're delicious. They have really great seasonals, great artwork. They support the culture of video games, and we like them very much, and their product very much. So that was the break. Unless you want to talk about our socials as well. We talked about it earlier. Basically, it's everywhere is salt under tier. Salt underscore. Help me out here, Sage Bell. What am I trying to say?
So for our Twitter, it's salt_tierpod.
Thank
you. And everywhere else should just be Salt Tier Podcast.
Yes. And that includes all social media, and that includes pretty much anywhere that you would listen to a podcast. We have a presence there. We are the Saltier podcast that is video game related because, like I said earlier, sometimes some stuff comes up when you Google us. It's really strange. We also have our name, but anyway, we're the video game related one.
Yeah, other salty people.
Yep, Saltier. Um, so that's about it for the break. Thanks for joining us, and we'll get right here into the second half of things, which is really nothing. I got nothing. I just saw this.
I saw that you put the 2020 in there, so I changed it to the 2021 in case you intentionally needed 2020.
No, this is the 2020.
Yeah, you put 2020. Last year was 2021.
What?
There's a 2021. Just change your URL to 21.
Okay, I got you.
If you want.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about 2 years ago, but you know. Yeah, you're so if you just change the URL to have a 1 instead of a 0 at the end, you can have
Oh, that's weird. Why did it go to this one?
There you go.
Why did it go to that one? Okay. So here's the Steam Awards. So slow news day, you guys. Bear with us. So here's the Steam Awards. Let's see what I even voted for in here. What you remember what you voted for in here?
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I don't think I did remember because it's not telling me what I did.
Okay. So game of the year, yeah, Resident Evil Village.
I mean, Dami Mommy's gonna barely be in the movie, but she's gonna make everyone buy the game.
Why Cyberpunk? Why is this even in here? Why?
I mean, I think it's the other. Oh no, because Forza's in there too.
The Steam Awards are getting kind of sus, and it's not because they've always been like their own thing. And games on here that went on here, or at least are sometimes are nominated on here, are games that kind of like are representative of PC gaming, because a lot of games are like older, like Counter-Strike was probably nominated in here. Counter-Strike's not going to get nominated anywhere else, but on the PC and well, certainly on Steam. So I get it when there's like odds and ends in there, and that kind of makes it. That's always kind of made it interesting because it's not like any other game awards. But Cyberpunk,
I think it was like maybe Game of the Year includes sales.
how many
people
returns?
played it.
How many returns do they have on this though? I don't know.
I don't know.
Cyberpunk seems like a stretch, but yeah, you're right. Maybe partially it's based on sales.
Because Forza, everyone loves Forza.
Yeah, but that's also the thing. If it was partially based on sales, Forza wouldn't be on here, unless it was like ratings and reviews and things like that, which tipped it that way. Because this Forza just came out like a month or two before all this happened.
I mean, I'd vote Valheim just because it was an indie company and huge.
I was thinking Valheim, but for one, I didn't play it,
yeah.
and for two, it was like that would have been too big of a win for them out the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you guys need to build your way up to that. Next year when the game comes out and then it sells more or it gets whatever, and then if you get nominated for it, by all means, then you can win then. But I don't like giving early access stuff too much kudos.
Yeah.
Next up we got
VR game of the year.
And this one I did vote for.
Oh yeah?
Yes, it's the only one here that I played, I think. No, I played the Blair Witch one. It's kind of stupid. I didn't really like that one too much. I'm Sniper Elite would be ridiculous in VR.
Yeah.
But Cooking Simulator would be awesome. Because you know, like a Sniper Elite, when you shoot and like it shows like the cutaway with the bullet going through. Can you imagine doing that? You can like look at it and stuff. Like you can like see the guy's view. You can stand in front of the guy so you can see the bullet like coming at you and stuff. That'd be kind of crazy. See, we were talking about that earlier. Actual like playing games in VR by itself can or cannot be fun. But the most fun things to do in VR are the things that aren't intended. Like I said, like you shoot at a guy in Sniper Elite and then you stand in front of the bullet. Like, you know, they're probably not intended, but lots of fun.
Yeah.
Labor of Love.
I like this category. I'll read it out if you want.
Yes.
So this is a game that's been out for a while. The team is well past the debut of their creative baby, but being good parents they are, these devs continue to nurture and support their creation. This game, to this day, is still getting new content after all these years.
The one on here that throws me is Apex. Apex is like 2 years old.
Because it hasn't been out for a while. You think it's young compared to the other games?
Yeah. Yeah, the labor of love shows that they've been doing it for years. Terraria is a great example. My vote for
Mhm.
was for Dota 2. Rust also. Rust actually looks and plays a lot better than it used to. When I see people playing it, I have no idea what they're even playing because I don't recognize it as Rust anymore, which is a
Hmm.
good thing because it was really rough when I was trying to play it. No Man's Sky, you know what? Those guys, I would say they're the most they can hope for me is to mostly dig themselves out of the hole. But to me, they'll never come out of that hole. Maybe if the game drops below $30, because it will not drop below $30. They refuse.
Hmm.
But Apex, and I'm biased, but a lot of other people would agree. This could have been a category that Final Fantasy could have been nominated in because that game's 10 years old. They just came
It's
out with an
fair.
expansion. So maybe swap Apex for Final Fantasy. I don't
Maybe.
know.
You can't
But
even play Apex on Steam.
no, you have to go through the Origin launcher.
Yeah, so even if you own it on Steam, you still have to use the Origin launcher. So I feel like
Yes.
Apex shouldn't be on there.
Yeah, I agree. But Terraria, yeah, definitely. I could definitely
Yeah.
see that game winning it. I have no problem there. Better with friends. I didn't play any of these games. I just kind of voted for Back for Blood because I figured it's like Left 4 Dead, and that's the one I played.
Yeah, Back for Blood's pretty great. I really want to play It Takes Two. Um, I've played Crab Game and I've played Valheim.
Nice.
I've played 3 out of 5 games in this category. Crab Game just came out in October, like at the end of October, and it is free to play.
Nice. My kids play it on Roblox. They play the rip-off
Mm.
Roblox version of it. But there's like 57,000 people just playing that one Roblox game on Roblox. So yeah, It Takes Two. I've heard nothing but great things about that. Yeah, you played 5 out of 3. I'd play any of these games.
You mean 3 out of 5?
Yes, 5 out of 3. What am I talking about? So yeah, Better with Friends. It's kind of weird. I feel like there's games that weren't in there. There's got to be some games we're missing, right? Maybe they've been out for a long time. Maybe they're just going to buy new games this year.
Yeah, these look like these all released this year. Because you
Okay.
got Back for Blood, and what's this year? It Takes Two. Halo Infinite just came out.
Yeah.
Valheim was this year.
Halo 2 is going to win it next year after the co-op comes out.
Mm.
So we'll keep an eye on this category for next year. Better with Friends. Outstanding visual style. I played 2 of these. I have Psychonauts 2, but I have not played it yet. If I had played it, and that's what I voted for, because I went back and started playing the first one, and that game's still pretty good looking. But Forza 5,
Meh.
and I get the Forza games. Yeah, like at this point, you get kind of like, okay, yeah, it's just a racing game, or okay, I've seen 9 other Forza games. I get it. But I will tell you this though, Sage Bell, don't even play the game. If you have a friend that has an Xbox, or you ever get a chance to or if it's installed, just play through the intro. And when you're done, just put the controller down if it does nothing for you, and that's fine. But the intro to that game is one of the best intros I've seen to like almost anything. And that includes movies and books and things like that. The way it's handled and the way it's paced and just the visual style of it, it looks really good and it's really well put together. I was kind of blown away. And it's like 5 or 6 minutes long because you end up like hopping between cars. Like you'll see a scene in a mountain and you see like a race going down it, and then you'll be in that car that's riding down the mountain, and then you'll see like an airdrop, like they're filming a movie, and like a race car gets dropped out of the back of an airplane. They get dropped out of the back of the airplane, and then like as it's falling, you're in the car, then it hits the concrete, and you like drive off, and you like find this little point and stuff. It's really well made, and it's still open too. Like you don't have to follow a set path. You can like if you're in a Jeep, you can just bust right through the wall and just drive cross country. Like, oh, my point's right there. I'm just gonna straight line it right over this mountain. So yeah, it's really cool how they do it. So that was my vote. That was my vote for Forza Horizon 5 because I just played it and I was expecting, yeah, this is Forza. Yeah, they're cool. I don't really get into them, but yeah, they're cool. But the intro alone was awesome. The graphics are good, and I was playing it on a laptop, not even on like a nice PC setup. It looked and played great. So yeah. What else in there? I haven't played Nightmares 2 yet. I think I have all these games. I've only played 2 of them.
I've watched someone play Subnautica. That was a really beautiful game. I kept trying to tell them to pop the pustules on the things, but no one would do it.
Is that a game you haven't played yet, Sage Bell?
No, I've never played Subnautica.
Oh, you should play the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good game to play on stream too. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get traffic, because people to watch those videos, and it's just a good game to react to and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah. What we got next? Most innovative gameplay. You know what? I haven't really played any of these. The more I see about Loop Hero, the more it looks cool to me.
Deathloop? Oh no, Loop Hero.
Yeah, Loop
There's 2
Hero.
loops in there.
Yeah, there's Loop Hero and Death Loop. Who knew? Death Loop is like, okay, it's by Arcane, the people that do the Dishonored games.
Mhm.
And it kind of plays on like the little time loop thing, kind of a Majora's Mask murder mystery type thing.
I've
Okay, that's cool.
seen Inscription played.
Is Inscription the one that's like that freaky card game?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, with like the eyes. Somebody I know was playing that game and they said it was awesome. And it's not what you expect. Like these pictures
Yeah.
like don't do it justice.
It's not horror scary at all. So if
Okay.
anyone doesn't play horror games, you can play this game. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, who was it that was saying that they play? Was it on here on the podcast? Somebody said that, or I can't remember. But somebody I know was playing this, and they said it's not at all what you think. Overwhelmingly positive, with 44,000 votes. Loop Hero itself also looks like a really old, like a shareware RPG that you used to get at like a swap
Yeah.
meet, or some kid was passing around at school, and like this, and this was the RPG you get. So at first I was kind of like meh on it, but like the more I look at it, the more I'm like, this looks like something I would have played 25 years ago, 30 years ago, or whatever. The best game that you suck at. Battlefield Fortnite 2042. That's kind of a misnomer because the game's not a good game to be. It's not a best game. So why is it even on here? So I put Age of Empires only because I haven't really played them all that much. But it looks like Neo 2 one, and I haven't played that. The makers of this game are also
I've played
making.
Naraka Blade Point.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard?
No, it's not that bad. If you find the character that like vibes with your style, it's actually pretty easy.
I don't know what mine would be. I couldn't think of anything either because they had a thing where you could write in. I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, games you suck at?
Yeah. Best game that you suck at.
Yeah, I would say I suck at Age of Empires because like, you don't play that and then you come back and you're like, how do I play this game? And you're clicking all the wrong buttons.
And best soundtrack, once again, it's a trademark of this IP anytime it's done in any medium, outside of the comics. It's even a factor in the comics, but you can't actually hear the music. But does this surprise anyone when a Guardians of the Galaxy anything wins the best soundtrack at this point? That's pretty much a hallmark of these. Also, the Telltale Guardians has an amazing soundtrack too. Like there's, yeah. So James Gunn was onto something with that because that seems to have stuck and it's indwelled with the characters, which is awesome. Then whenever you see the Guardians, you think good music. So that's pretty cool. And a lot of these other ones, I believe it. Guilty Gear, Strive, where's Loud and Brown on that? I believe it. The Guilty Gear games always have really cool music. The latest Noir game, whatever they're called. The first one had great music, so I hear. So yeah, and Persona is just known for being high quality.
Yep.
So none of these surprise me. Demon Slayer doesn't surprise me either because I heard the anime's top notch too. So none of these are surprising, and it's not surprising that Guardians won. We got any more here? What? For those listening, outstanding story rich game. When you can actually get to the story, when you're not falling out of the environment or getting shot by people stuck in walls. Cyberpunk. Stop, you guys. Stop giving stuff attention. Like this just eggs them on. Whatever little deflated thing that they felt guilty about, which they totally should feel guilty about.
Okay, why does Cyberpunk count? It came out in December of 2020.
That's also a fair point. Wait, you were telling me this one over Days Gone, Life is Strange, and Mass Effect? You telling me that Cyberpunk has a better story than the entire Mass Effect trilogy? Is that see?
Sips beer.
This is why I don't be taking awards seriously. This is why I stopped. Loop Hero's really fun. Haruka Girl, I believe it, man. I'm gonna pick that game. It's still on sale, isn't it? The sale's still the 5th. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick that up right when this podcast is over. Yeah, but Cyberpunk over Mass Effect in any way, shape, or form is just idiocracy. That's what it is. It's idiocracy. Over Life is Strange too. Life is Strange is like all story, and it's like some feel stuff too. And it's like I heard the first was really well written and it's really well put together. It's like a Telltale game. Like Cyberpunk, any one of these, I would accept it. I heard Days Gone has a great story and great lore and stuff to it too. Too bad we won't get a sequel because a lot of us had the nerve to buy it on sale. Because Sony, it's like if you bought the game on sale, you've got no one to blame for yourself if they don't make a sequel. Oof. But anyway, let me get this off my screen. Sit back and relax.
I have played one game and it did not win.
Which one did you play?
Dwarf Romantic.
How is that?
I enjoy it. It's a very simple game. If you hover slightly over it, you can kind of see the gameplay style. It's just like a little hexagonal puzzle thing. So like you get little hexagon tiles.
Yeah.
And they have different things and stuff on them, like
oh, so
partial
it's like
like trees and stuff.
So like Civilization, kind of.
I don't know. I've never actually played Civ.
Or like Stratego. You ever play Stratego as a kid?
No.
You know, the board game. What else is like it? What's that game that the Behemoth makes? The people that make Castle Crashers, they have one like that too.
Oh,
where it's like,
okay.
It's like you know what I'm talking about.
Well, if London just hovers over slightly, you can see it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Oh yeah, this is very like at least the map is very Civ looking, but it's ooh. What game is this?
It's really like it's got a nice calm music to it.
This looks cool.
It's very relaxing. You see, there's like the little like numbers above it.
It's on sale too.
So the numbers are you want to like get that many.
Oh, you know what?
If there's a plus you can go over. If it's exact, then you don't want to go over that number until you like could get it all.
You know what? I saw this on an IGN thing like a year ago, and they were kind of talking about like strategy games or like it was upcoming city building games or something like that list I saw, and this looks familiar. I think this was on that list.
Yeah, so you get like your farm, you get your
or
whatever tiles, you get your tree tiles, you get your railroads, water. Like yeah, I've played this. I've put a lot of hours in this game because it's just very calm and easy to play.
Hang on, I'm gonna add this to. I'm gonna add this to my wish list here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this in the cart.
57 hours in this game.
Nice.
Like actually, I have played this game far more than I do everything.
Cloud Garden is another game they make. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That goes in the cart. Farming Simulator. I mean, this game's kind of the king of that. Also, I would also nominate Truck Simulator, the one where you're driving like the big rigs. That gets pretty fun and pretty relaxing. And this game I did play, Potion Craft.
Yeah.
This is a really cool game. You basically run like a potion shop, like in a medieval or like RPG kind of fantasy-ish setting. And you literally do all the things to go out and farm and make the and go on little quests. And you'll have an adventurer that comes in and it'll be like, I need X potion for this, and that's your quest as you go and collect the things. But it's like very clinical, like literally clinical, like you're an actual pharmacist and you're like mixing the stuff together, and you can like experiment and mix different stuff together. And I actually played this for about an hour, and I remember thinking to myself, like, this right here would be something that if I played this, I would only play this type of game because I'd want to like learn it and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really cool, and I would highly suggest it for people as well. Unpacking's on here too. This game just came out, I think. But basically, you're unpacking. It's literally what it says. Yeah, it's literally what it is.
I guess technically it is a simulator.
Yep. Like look at this. You take out the rolls of toilet paper and you can like stack them, and you can put one on the thing.
Oh, snap.
So yeah, actually, all these games look pretty good. I'm not
Give me
even
the
gonna.
year in Australia.
Yeah, it's one of the few games you can buy over there. Oh, look at this. You go in the
Sailor
kitchen,
Scout.
put the pots away, put the magnet on the fridge, fold the box up.
Oh, shit. Oh, you can move to a different room.
Oh wow, play the radio.
Yeah,
Wow. So the
you can play
GameCube.
your GameCube with the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, PlayStation 2. Oh wow. Yeah, see, I totally
Put
forgot
your
about
shit
this game.
away.
Wow. Ah, put a
Oh,
toaster in the.
warning.
What?
You can add stickers. You can take a picture. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Mini pigs.
Oh, you see, it took wear. The more you
It
move
did.
certain stuff, it takes wear and tear.
Ah.
Wow, that's pretty clever.
Hmm.
Unpacking.
Now available with piggies.
I'm gonna check that game out too. So, actually, yeah, these were all pretty good. Town Scraper also, I think I have that on my wish list. You know what? And they're all on sale too. This one's less than $5.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks good, right?
I mean, it falls into the line of the German game I play, in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Actually, kind of reminds me of Hamburg, Germany,
Everything's kind
or
of built up.
Amsterdam.
Why are they floating?
Yeah, Amsterdam.
I think all of these are about to get picked up. They're all on sale too.
Hell yeah.
So that's about it. We've gone on for an hour, Sage Bell. We killed an hour.
Hell yeah, we did. I don't know if you see my topic in there at all.
Oh, yes.
So at one point, just salty boys got salty because there's now like a women's league or a women's team.
In what?
Esports.
Just in general? Oh, a league?
In esports, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like I was like seeing all this random shit, and I think this one I thought was the funniest of everything that I've
Mm.
so like esports league. Since men are so bad and toxic, we made a league for only women. Not because women can't compete with men right now. Similar. Seems disingenuous to make it about toxicity when it's not about the context of why you're hosting a competitive circuit. Women in esports. Boo hoo! Poor white man feels oppressed. You, you that mad,
Oh,
you that mad that women get to play in a tournament. You get no pussy.
wow.
Forward. Don't dismiss an opinion in the industry veteran with connections, relationships with women for countless years. Like it just kept going on, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit, shit. And then, oh man, it just the internet. I feel like this guy's just doing the play-by-play of everything that was happening, and it's not the direct person who was doing it. I just thought this was the funniest
Wow.
commentary.
This went sideways quick.
Yeah.
Oh, my virgin ears, my virgin eyes. Oh, damn, he's going on forever. What? Still going. Wow. I usually don't get caught up in this, but this one's kind of interesting.
It is.
I
If
am
you need a
esports.
if you need a read.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's like an awesome. This was like an awesome like car wreck, but like we like nobody gets hurt. It's like you're watching a clip on like YouTube. It's this is like Russian dashboard cam right here. That's what this is. Okay, well people get the hint.
That is what happened in the Twitterverse
Wow.
a couple days ago.
Look what was trending. Why? Why was it trending? Why? Because it won the Steam Award. It did. See, we couldn't have been asked for a better start. Thanks for the. So like now they think they're hot shit for like 2 seconds. Well, no, your game is shit. Your game is hot shit. It's unplayable. It's still unplayable. Every time I log into that game, I start off in midair, stuck in midair. I can't even get to the story. I tried to do a story, and when I got to the guy, he was in the wall, and I couldn't talk to him.
Hey, sir, can you please turn around, sir? Sir,
I couldn't even see him.
wall
I
is
just
blocking
knew he
you.
was there because of the icon, and then like I could see like part of his name sticking out when he stood in a certain spot. But he was walking back and forth in the wall. But yet it's story out driven game, and it shut up. That's why it was trending. 3,000 something tweets. Hold on, let's see what the crowd's saying. Is the crowd like next gen patch? No, it's just from a while ago. Let's see. What are they saying? Huh? What? Am I derp? Do I just not know how to operate Twitter?
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm trying to look on my screen. There we go. Just drop the next gen version, please, so I can play with the game I bought in 2000 clowns. You learn nothing. Keep demanding it now. The other generation, it's a mess. It's 3 months away. Will there be a Switch version? No. This game would blow up. Just waiting for the PS5 or why? Look at this. It's half off already. If this game had sold well, it'd be like 10% or 20% off at the most during Christmas. Obi Kenobi. Look, he maxed out his trophies. How? On PlayStation 4 too? That was like one of the worst versions. People are just willing to just play through whatever.
He's a completionist.
Wow. Many PC players like myself did not have the issues. It had a flawless playthrough. Shut up. There's a diamond in that rough. No. What a joke. What a ratio. Oh, yeah, let's check out the ratio. I didn't even look. Oof. A lot of traffic on this one. There's a lot of traffic on that one. So yeah, don't give them your attention. If you like the game, fine, but don't just be like tooting it like it's flawless. And if you say it's flawless, I seriously would not take your opinion seriously on anything else you have coming out your mouth. Because even in the best of times, it's still glitchy. You still had to like reboot the game because of something. There was still something you wanted to do. They had that whole scene in there where like if you agreed to like one line of dialogue, it didn't matter if your character was whatever. You this whole sex scene with like a dude played out. And people were just like, I don't like that. I got taken for a ride. I didn't know that it was going to turn to that. Yeah. So like they had to like fix that dialogue tree so you can like opt out of it or like talk your way out of it before it happens. Because if not, people were just like taken to this whole like 10-minute cutscene. It's just, oh man. Story rich. Get out of here. Anyway, I've rambled enough. It's hour 3. Sage Bell, what you got? Let's get out of here.
Well, drink Voodoo Ranger, live dangerously. Follow me at Sage Bell on Twitch and Twitter. Stay tuned next week when hopefully the whole team is back. And that's what I got.
Hey, I'll keep this short and sweet. This is the Saverings. Thank you once again for joining us for Saltier Podcast, your local Seattle area and worldwide and everything in between podcasts related to video games and everything cool and bitchy about them. Join us every Monday at 8 o'clock or for us live or check out basically anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Just think about it, whatever Google Podcast is called now, and SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, all those places. Check us out on our social medias, on the Facebooks and Twitch and YouTubes and pretty much everywhere else. If it's Saltier Podcast and it's video games, that's us. We're way over. And we will talk to you guys next week. Remember, that's Mondays, 8 o'clock. And
Pacific.
yes, Mondays, 8 o'clock Pacific, which would be 11 o'clock on the East Coast. And like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in Hawaii. Where Loud and Brown is. But that's about it. I've rambled on enough. On behalf of everyone, bye.